Started Birth Famiglia. The Qigong tour is hitting full speed. I just looked at my calendar this morning, and we've got shows every single week for the next, I think, calendar year. Kicking off this weekend in Huntsville, Alabama, then on to San Diego, California. We added a late show. Then Nashville, Tennessee. Tickets still available for Nashville. Then Stamford, Connecticut, Phoenix, Arizona, Austin, Dallas, Houston, Tampa, Raleigh, San Francisco, Madison, Wisconsin, Philly, Salt Lake City, Orlando, Naples, Missouri, Syracuse, Buffalo, and then we go to St. Louis. Okay, and we're adding Boston. I can't say the date yet, but it's going to be really fun. We're going to have a really big show in Boston, and I'm very excited. All the tickets are available at entitledhousewife.com or BeckyRobinsonTheGreat.com. I'll see you out there, girls. Shake on! Happy Monday, motherfuckers.
Happy Monday. We're back. We lied. It was not the final episode.
Yeah.
We're still friends.
Yeah. I actually didn't listen to the meltdown, but you said it wasn't that bad.
I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was funny.
But you still texted me today and you were like, hey, Bex, I think we need to, let's have a check-in and see if, do we want to keep doing this?
It was...
Because it seems like you're really stressed out about it.
It was less prompted by the meltdown and more that inside baseball of podcasting that I listened to.
Oh.
I told you to listen to it, but
yeah.
I'm sure you didn't.
It's been busy.
Yeah.
I will listen to it.
But
But why were they just saying when they do their podcast, it's nothing but joy and happiness?
No. They were talking about all the behind the scenes, what it takes to make it take off and whatever. And it got me thinking.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's like anything. I feel like, every certain thing, it's like if you want to be good at it, you have to put a lot of time into it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remember at first starting out with voiceover, it was like, man, I should just be if I just focus on this,
yeah,
then maybe I would learn and perfect my skills enough to be in a place where I want to with this.
Yeah.
But then I don't know.
There's just too many things.
There's
always too many things.
Well, I'm always worried that, people are always like, well, if you do too much, you're gonna start doing not great at everything.
Yeah.
You're gonna stretch yourself too thin.
Which we always talk about how both of us are sort of jacks of all trades.
Yeah.
Which I think we both agree is a good thing. But that is the risk, is that then you're just sort of mediocre at everything instead of...
I think maybe it just takes longer
yeah.
than to get better at everything.
Yeah. It's like how kids, if they're bilingual, they take longer to speak. But when they start speaking, they know 2 languages.
Yeah. I'd rather know both languages.
Same.
So we've been sent a mocktail.
Yes. We got some mocktails, which is a fun substitute from Crisp and Crude.
Crisp and Crude. So I have the Mellow Mule, juicy pineapple, ginger heat, and muddled mint.
I've got Paloma Daydream.
This better not have fucking weed in it, Miriam.
It doesn't. The other one.
35 calories. Let's go, girls.
Cheers.
Cheers to start at birth, not ending.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's crisp.
Yeah, that's really good.
That is crisp. I haven't.
Yum. It's not too sweet either.
I'm going to sound like such a dumb bitch, but I've forgotten to eat today.
That was me last time. You could hear my stomach
I
grumbling.
know. It's going to be me today. But I haven't eaten all day. And you know what I noticed is that when I'm really starving, that's when I think I'm my brain, it's like low blood sugar almost. I immediately think I want a cocktail.
Interesting.
But then if I have so much as a carrot, or my favorite, a tear of a tortilla, then I'm like, oh, you're good.
My favorite, a tear of a tortilla.
I always do a tear of a tortilla.
Just ruining tortillas.
All of them are ruined. There's a tear off of all of them in the whole sack. Anytime Aaron or I are making a quesadilla, there's a tear out of it. It's just enough.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, just need
but
a
then
little
sometimes
something.
I'll do a tear, and then I'll do another tear, and then I'll put cheese on it, and then I'll start throwing it on the skillet, and then by the time
and now we've got steak frites.
We've eaten a whole tortilla.
Yeah.
Or 2.
Oh my gosh.
But this is really good.
It is super tasty. Yeah.
Botanical terpenes? Terpenes.
Terpenes. Whatever that is.
Dude, this is so good.
Very delicious.
Oh my God.
There you go.
I think I could get into mocktails.
I think you could too.
Well, here's the thing. Aaron's been I don't like to be sneak attacked with a mocktail, first and foremost.
Oh, yeah, of course. That feels like betrayal.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And Aaron has sneak attacked me before.
Really?
I came home from the road. This was months ago, but I came home from traveling, and there was a case that looked like it's the turquoise case of IPA that has like yellow writing on it. It's like a very popular one. I don't know, but the case looked just like that in the fridge, and I cracked one and I poured it in like a nice chilled glass, and I was drinking it, and she was like, "Isn't that so good?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's," and I was like chugging it. Like,
I really needed to take the edge off.
I did. It was like a really long, shitty day of travel, and I was just like, an IPA sounds so good right now. And I was like chugging. I was chugging it because I didn't want to do my laundry, and I was like, "This will help." Chris, what would I do without your laugh?
Oh, I know.
So I'm like chugging. There's like barely any left, and she goes, "It's non-alcoholic." I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?" She's like, "Isn't it so good?" And I was like, "I don't care if it's good. I wanted it to mess with my head a little bit."
I know, and herein lies the problem.
I know, Miriam. I know. That's exactly what she says, and yeah. I know. We're all we're hyper aware here, guys.
Yeah, but that is hilarious.
Yeah,
it was a sneak attack. I like how she waited until
that's what pissed me off. I was like, "You little snake!
God,
how dare you!"
Yeah,
because she brings home a lot of non-alcoholic drinks, and I've been like, "You're doing this because of me, like you're doing it," but she's really like, I straight up just like them. I really like them. She likes to make like, her own mixed drinks with like garnish and shit with them. So she bought these other like bottles of non-alcoholic like gin and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like, I love water. Like,
yeah.
I don't opt to even drink seltzer. Like I'm not a seltzer.
Yeah, you don't like bubbles.
For fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even with typically carbonated drinks, you buy them non-carbonated.
I know.
So weird.
I know. I actually,
we had a Pepsi, but without any bubbles.
Okay, that I like a McDonald's fountain Diet Coke.
Okay,
those are the bubbles I will fuck with
heavily. Okay,
heavily. But this weekend I was in North Carolina. And this guy, the guy that picked me up to bring us to the show, he had a Celsius in his door, and I like reached in because I just thought it was trash and I was going to throw it away for him. I reached in and it's full, and then I was like, "Oh, this is full."
But it was open. It
was open and it was full. So I get in the car and I was like, "Oh, you have a Celsius here that's like pretty full." And he goes, "Oh, isn't that on your rider?" "Yeah, I saw your rider. Flat Celsius, room temp." And it was a joke, but I was like, that actually, like, that is on my rider.
Oh my God.
He was funny.
I mean, that's first class treatment right there.
I was like, "You really know me, buddy."
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Way to break the ice.
Yeah, I was immediately, he got in a good laugh, which was nice because I was like, okay, this person's really funny. And then he told us he was actually there on behalf of a comedy club, which when it's a country club private booking, that's never the case.
Yeah. That
like a comedy club is also involved.
Right.
But they were like, yeah, we know that they don't sometimes know everything that comedians, like an intro or a microphone or
right.
a green room or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a good call.
Yeah, that's great.
So, yeah. How was your weekend?
It was good. It was, half of it was starvation.
Oh, yeah, you did your little cleanse.
I did my 5-day fast.
Your text, was it Friday night? I was like, what are you doing?
Oh. What did I
had to read
remember.
it like 4 times before I was like, oh, she tragic.
What did I say? I don't
You were like,
remember.
I'm just hanging out with Katie and Margot, and we're just eating olives and drinking soup and watching Love is Blind. I was like, oh, right. God.
Well, I knew you knew, because I've done this fast before.
I didn't know you were doing it, though. I didn't remember.
I didn't remember either. We just decided we were going to do it, and I hadn't ordered it yet. And I think when we recorded last weekend, the box hadn't arrived yet. So then it showed up, and I did it. Yeah, it was, they were going to do it, and I was like, fuck it. I'll hop on this train. But yeah, it's my...
What is this cleanse called?
Prolon.
Prolon.
Yeah.
And now this is... How many times have you done it now?
3.
Okay.
It was developed by some guy at UCLA. He claims it has like all these magnificent benefits for longevity. I don't really care to live that long, but you do lose 5 pounds in a week.
Yeah. But does it not just come right back?
No, well,
it makes you be more mindful about your portions.
exactly. And I think for me, I need those resets.
Yeah.
It's the same like challenge mentality, like let's get through these next 5 days. And then also I just don't, it's nice to not have to think about food.
Yeah.
It takes up a lot of space in my brain.
Fuck yeah. Same with me and alcohol.
Yeah.
If I'm drinking like heavily.
Yeah. So it's just kind of nice to be like, all right, here's your dehydrated soup packets and little like portions of 8 olives.
Oh, it's 8 olives?
Yeah.
And are they like nice and wet like they're supposed
good.
to be?
Yeah, they're good.
Different
they're not
kind,
dehydrated.
like a medley of olives or one kind?
They're
or...
all green, but one of them is Italian herb spiced, like seasoned.
So if I were to take a can of black olives and separate them in little sacks of 8.
Mm-hmm. You'd lose 5 pounds in a week. No.
Or black olives, is there a fattier olive?
No, well, ours was green olives. I don't know if it matters.
I heard you say it's goddamn green
I
olives.
don't know if it matters.
Okay.
I mean, olives are pretty...
Figured you'd know everything there is to know about olives at this point. I'm a little disappointed.
I know I like them. That's the only saving grace of this fucking cleanse.
Did you like olives?
It's just, yeah, you have to like olives because that's like the only solid food you get.
Yeah.
It's just, it's not hard to do it. And you're still getting, like, you're not like absolutely starving. You still get some calories every day. But the lack of chewing, it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Like that last soup.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like, day 5, final soup. And I'm like, I'd rather eat nothing than have to slurp down another warm, mushy, ugh. I just don't want it anymore.
Do you find that do you drink the soup slow or do you like chug them and like I'm done?
It probably depends on I'm not like drinking it like out of a cup. I'm still doing spoonfuls.
Okay.
But I'm not enjoying it. It's just like choke this shit down.
So you miss chewing.
I really miss chewing.
Why don't you just gnaw on some ice chips? Or do you ever do that?
Never
It's
even
tragic.
thought about it.
We're going to be listening to this and be like, you bitches have problems.
I know. No, now I'm back to eating, but like I like the reset. So now yesterday I prepped a bunch of like roasted veggies and quinoa and like shit for the week. So now I feel like I'm not going to eat Dave's hot chicken.
Dave's hot chicken!
Yeah.
Yeah. I like doing that. Just have a big Tupperware's full of kibble.
Just, so you like you were saying last time, like...
Grabbables.
Yeah. There's just something there so you don't make bad choices.
Yeah. Because if there's time to noodle on a dish, I'm getting creative.
There we go.
And I'm going, I wonder how well I could fry chicken today if I put my mind to it.
Yeah, I've never attempted to fry chicken.
Really?
Yeah.
That was like my whole pandemic, was cutting bangs, learning how to fry chicken properly, like making the perfect fried chicken sandwich was like a few days a week.
Number one goal.
Kind of, yeah. Courtney and I were like tried to perfect it.
Oh.
And
what does it say about me if I'm post-pandemic and still cutting my own bangs? Is this a problem?
no, not at all.
Okay.
I mean, I went on Instagram Live and had a full meltdown.
Yeah.
And yours are like, phew.
Yeah.
I mean, I know last time we recorded, you were like, I'm so ugly, look at my face.
I
And
know.
I think, I was wondering actually last time we recorded, because your bangs they seem like they're in your periph, and that would piss me off.
Yeah.
Even just having my hair down, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
I think that's because deep down I want to be a man.
Says the girl who just electrolysed off her beard.
I know.
Electrolysed off?
Dude,
Electrolysized?
So Miriam recommended me to her electrolysis.
We talked about her last time.
Yeah, we did.
The witch/DJ/burlesque
She's actually
dancer.
a witch. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, the room had some witchy vibes to it.
Yeah.
It was like I'm pretty sure I've done an audition in that building before.
I think, and all the movie posters in the hallway.
Yeah.
Super weird.
And then I just went and I opened the door assuming like, oh, this is the office foyer. And she's just in there zapping someone.
Oh, it wasn't
like,
locked.
Sorry. No, she goes, I normally lock it. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
But Yeah. So I walked in and I was like, okay, it's like there's black lights everywhere.
Yeah.
And this girl's got some big ass winged eyelander. What am I getting myself into? I immediately text you. I'm like, Mary, what is this? What the fuck is this? She doesn't even have a front office with mints.
Yeah.
What the hell am I doing here?
And that building alone is so bizarre. Like the clock in the elevator lobby has a fish in it.
It's weird. And there's 3 little piggies outside going like, phew.
Yeah. Super bizarre.
I am ecstatic.
Good.
I mean, I've been lasering since I was fucking 15.
I know.
It really hurt. It was weird. It hurt really bad. You don't think it hurts anymore?
I'm numb to it. It still hurts. Like I recognize that it's painful, but I'm so used to it.
So it made my right kneecap, every time she zapped, my right kneecap felt like it was being tickled. And then my leg would go, phew.
Really?
Yeah.
Did she notice it?
Yeah, I was like, I'm sorry, I'm twitching. I was like, I feel like my right knee is like being tickled. And she was like, it's okay if you want me to stop. I was like, I don't. I might piss myself.
Did she say that was like a normal reaction?
Yeah, she was like, that happens. And she was like, a lot of times, like when I was getting it done, when I would get to like the 45-minute mark, I would be I'd be ready to punch the bitch out. And then like that, she was like, that's when people can get like fidgety.
Yeah, okay.
I can't believe it was a whole hour.
I know.
But having the hair gone, just especially seeing how bad it's gotten since I didn't shave for a week only.
Yeah.
Like I was actually got pretty insecure about it over the weekend when I was like getting ready to go perform.
Yeah.
Maybe because I was about to be around billionaires, but I was like, it's really, I didn't need to let it grow for a week.
No.
3 days would have been fine.
Yeah.
But this patch right here, it was just, So it just feels so nice to like, that somebody is like truly like snipering those hairs.
Yes.
And that you walk out of the appointment, even though it's red, with the hair gone.
Totally. And for anyone who's listening who has done laser, take this as a cautionary tale. The laser people don't tell you.
You're not supposed to laser your face.
You're not supposed to laser your face because of what, I don't know, some hormonal weird reaction, or the follicles on your face are different. I don't exactly know why, but like for me and for Becky, like a handful of chin hairs turned into a motherfucking beard.
Yeah.
And it is, and like then you go to electrolysis and they're like, oh my God, yep, this is like the hair growth pattern that you would expect, or that happens with laser. It's like laser-induced beard growth. Chris is very confused. It's perplexing. It's super annoying. You spend thousands of dollars on laser only for it to make it worse.
Okay, this is something that I don't understand. Laser away.
Mm-hmm.
They do laser and electrolysis, and they laser your face.
What?
So how does that...
I don't know. Also, I'm sure maybe for some people it works.
I went into a laser away once because there was one on when I lived off Sunset. There was one in West Hollywood. I was like, I can walk to it. And then when I found out how much like every session was, I was like, I won't be coming back.
Yeah.
But I just remember being like, why is this one the most expensive when it seems like a lot of them are like, they've kind of, once they were coming out, it was like,
Yeah.
there were price variations, but like I didn't even see how much she charged for today. How much is a session?
$200 an hour.
Okay. I mean, that is so worth it to me.
Yeah.
To like also be able to leave and it's gone. Not with the laser, it slowly falls out.
Mm-hmm. You're going to be so happy, dude.
I already am.
Good.
It did hurt and it tickled.
And your knee twitched. And was she as, like, you said I couldn't downsell her any more than I did last week.
Yeah. Loved her.
Isn't she fucking great?
She's amazing. Well, it's always a little weird when you say to a comic, she's really funny.
I know.
Because it's like, all right.
Not in like she's not telling jokes. She's just like.
No, I know. She's just herself.
Yeah.
Like through and through, a very genuine, awesome person.
Yep.
That's kind of what I figured.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad you liked her. And I'm glad you liked I've been trying to get you to get off laser and do this for so long.
I know. And I'm sorry it took me this long.
No,
I'll just
okay.
listen to you. If I just listened to you about everything, like shit in my life would probably start going a lot better.
I mean, that I'll take it for the electrolysis.
Okay.
And the drinking.
Yeah.
But everything else, I don't think I'm the wisest.
Yeah, sometimes I give you good tips.
Yeah.
On nothing.
Yeah. Sometimes, you know what I love about the way you give advice is like...
It's mean.
Yes.
Oh.
Truly. Like, I remember I this is someone else who gave me advice, but you have the same tactic. But like I was like spiraling about something, and one of my guy friends just like looked at me and was like, "Stop being a fucking pussy."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Thank you."
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm overanalyzing this. I'm being way too like intricate about every little thing, and I feel like you have a similar way with me where you're just like you cut the bullshit and just tell me whatever it is that I need to hear, and it helps.
Overthinking is, I know people say comparison is the thief of joy. What is overthinking? The stopper of action.
Yeah, the paralyzing.
It halts you. Yeah, it paralyzes you. Like it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I can spend so long stewing on things. Then it's just like sometimes you just need someone to be like, shut the fuck up.
Yes. Yes.
Like no one's thinking about it. There's no one cares.
Get out of your own head.
Get out of your own head.
Yeah, 100%.
This little cage of a brain you've got.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's what I love about how you give advice.
Well, I try.
Well, I try. Yeah, I appreciate it. I need that.
It's some friends take it better than others.
Oh, I think that's the other thing too. You have to be aware of who you are being that way too, and I don't know. I feel like I think friends should be honest, not like the people I want in my life are people that are like telling me what it is, how it is, or how they actually think. This like culture of like I don't want to offend them, or I'm gonna say this to like I'm gonna say whatever they want to hear, but then like talk shit about them behind their back is like not it for me.
No.
But it's so common. People do that all the time.
Well, you also just need to know, like, if you're soliciting advice or something, or like making it seem like you really need help, like just it kind of makes you aware of who's around you. Because if it is someone that doesn't know you very well and someone that does steer you the wrong way, then soon enough you're gonna be like,
yeah, true. Took me a while, but I figured it out.
That's why I don't have that many friends.
Yeah,
and you don't pout and be like, ugh.
What? I think you have a lot of friends.
I mean, I would say I have a very small circle of like really, really, really close friends. And then I know
that's true.
Hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can get into a serious conversation with anyone on Instagram about anything at any minute because sometimes I just like to socialize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
The people that I feel comfortable like calling, very few.
Yeah. The circle of trust.
Yes.
Which one of our friends and I were talking about, one of our mutual friends and I were talking about, that could be a new segment for this show.
The circle of trust?
Circle of trust.
Because
for a while we were collecting secrets.
Yeah.
But it could be cool to like we are the circle of trust for people.
Ah. And they tell us these things.
Yeah.
In secrecy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's already been created then.
I know, but it just has a title.
Okay. Okay. All right, well, make sure to say the title when we do the segment.
Okay.
If I don't write this shit down, she ain't gonna do it.
I know. I know.
Man. I had, for the first time, okay, well, first of all, it's now April.
Uh-huh.
Did you get any bits out?
Did I get any bits out?
Did you April Fool's anyone, Miriam?
Oh, no, but I forgot that it was April Fool's until yesterday.
Okay. So day too late.
Yeah.
That's a crying shame.
Did you? I mean, I haven't done April Fool's as an adult.
It's not great. It's like really not great. Like I did a couple throughout the day and then my sister got me.
Okay.
And it was just like not funny.
Wow.
Like, 'cause shit's too real when you're an adult.
What'd she say?
You know? Like my sister?
Yeah.
She was like, Bex, I just took a pregnancy test.
I knew it.
And
I knew it.
Of course. And I'm like, it's hard when you're an adult because you're like, I wouldn't put this past you.
Yeah.
Like this is all, and all the stuff I was like joking about. Like I did Kendall, every time Kendall and I go on a trip now, she's like, do you have your computer charger? And I'm probably going to start forgetting other stuff. But just because I brought the wrong charger one time and it fried my Mac.
Yeah.
She asks now, do you have your charger? And
as she should.
Yeah, but I mean, we should have a checklist or something, not just ask about the one thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot more crucial items. Like, you
True.
can get a charger anywhere.
True.
And tidal wig, I got one. And I
Yeah.
desperately need another because that thing is getting greasy.
I know. It's been...
I know.
It's been tanking.
They discontinued them.
I know.
Tanking? Miriam, don't tell me that.
Well, it's seen better days, let's say that. If you look at your first video wearing it...
I know, it's so good. It looks real. I know. Fuck, Miriam.
By the end of its lifetime, it'll be like Alan's hair.
Well, Susie's wig started so soft, and now it's like... looks like a sea urchin that's been stepped on. But no, I told Kendall, I was like, oh my God, we were getting ready to go to the venue in North Carolina on Saturday, and I was like, Kendall, I forgot my computer charger. And she was just like, oh.
So
like,
stressed.
problem solved, problems. Like, you could just see her little brain go ping pong,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom. And then I just April Fool's her. And then there was one other thing when we got home. I can't remember what it was. I April Fool's her one more time.
Do you remember did you do it as a kid?
Yeah.
Like the classic, like did you do the
Oh.
rubber band around the sink sprayer?
No.
Oh, that was my favorite.
What is that?
So there's the kitchen sink faucet, and then there was the
Heard of it.
sprayer, like detached sprayer.
Mm-hmm.
And you press the handle, so you would put a rubber band around the handle, so it was like stuck in the on position. So anytime someone turns the sink on, it shoots water
good
at
one,
their
good
shirt.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, I got that. I got all of my family members with that one. Another one was the saran wrap on the toilet seat, which is pretty gross.
Yeah.
I feel like I did that one year, but it's kind of nasty.
It goes right under the toilet seat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that would fuck with me.
Yeah. Pretty nasty.
We did, I think it maybe only did like one April Fool's joke because it was like, I'm never doing this again. Maybe I just have a bad taste in my mouth of April Fool's. Have I
Yeah.
told you this before?
No. What is it?
My next door neighbor growing up, Chip, they had a sauna in their basement,
Okay.
and it was me and my sister, Cyrus, and Chip. I think that's it. And we used to always like come up with plays in his basement.
How old are you roughly?
Probably like 7 or 8.
Okay.
So Sarah's almost 10.
Yeah.
Chip was my age.
Okay.
Chip with his little blonde bowl cut. So they had a sauna, and so they were like, what if you called, I'm pretty sure it was my sister's idea, of course.
Yeah.
She was like, what if you called mom and dad and like, you just kind of go like, we left the sauna on. Oh no. Like, that was kind of the whole idea. So I call over to Sinbad and Steve-O's, and I guess I just acted a little too well. But I was like,
No surprise there.
Mom, we left the sauna on. There's flames everywhere. Like,
Oh my God.
Chip's parents are gone. And like, before I could even say April Fool's, that we just heard like the fire truck coming into the cul-de-sac and like cop cars.
Oh.
And so I think they hung up, and we were just like, ma. And then we were just like sitting there. And
They didn't even run over?
well, they ran over, but at the same time, like, they must have hung up, immediately called, and then like,
Yeah.
by the time we came outside, my dad was sprinting over. He was beet red, and it was just like, oh, we were like, well, we went to say April Fool's, but you hung up. They were so mad, dude. And I remember my dad was like, go to your room. I was grounded for I don't know how long. And I learned a couple lessons that day. That was probably one of the first 5 times my sister like told me to do something, and I just did it without questioning anything.
Yeah.
The other time, her and my brother had this gymnastics Barbie doll that had a cord on it, so she could do like mechanical gymnastics on bars. And they were like, you should cut the cord for your Barbie.
Oh.
And so I did.
And broke it?
Oh, yeah, of course. So it's like, didn't work anymore. And like, each time I just remember my dad had to like sit me down and just be like, you know, why would we ever get you a toy again? Like, you know? And it just,
Oh.
I was just, you know, bawling like, I didn't know. The big kids told me to do it. I didn't know it wasn't gonna work after. I just thought it'd be funny.
Oh.
And then with the fire thing at the sauna, yeah, I had to go. I remember I was in my room. My parents had like friends over that night for dinner, and their drunk friend Gary came up to like, I think they just thought it was funny at this point, but like to give me a talking to.
Okay.
And I just remember all I could smell was booze. And I was like, Gary, get out of here.
Yeah. I don't need talking to from you.
Yeah.
That reminds me, we were way too old and it wasn't April Fool's, but my brother and I, so we lived by Summer Lake, which you call a pond. And it froze over one year. We were probably
Fun.
in college, I think. And, but we were home for the weekend or something and the lake was frozen. And so my dad was gone. My mom was home. And Rez and I were like, we're going to go walk to the lake. And you can tell my mom was worried. And we're like, we're just going to go see like how frozen it is. Like, see if we can walk on it. And we used to walk on it as kids and stuff when it was frozen over. And we did. We were like walking on it. And then we could start hearing like little cracks. And we were like, oh shit. And like ran off. Neither of us fell in.
You start pounding, running off.
Yeah. And then we were like, damn, that was probably not frozen enough. And then as we were walking back, I feel like it was my idea. I told Reza we should tell, like, Reza, you wait at the end of the block. I'm going to sprint home. So I'm out of breath and just tell Mom you fell in. I'm like sprinting as hard as I can. He's like slowly walking behind me. And I throw open the front door and I'm like, Mom, we need a rope. She like runs around the corner. She was on the phone with somebody.
Oh, no.
Just like hangs up and her face was just like terror. And then I just immediately started laughing and Reza walked up behind me and that was it. But I was just like, I felt so, once I saw her face, I was like, oh, we took it too far.
Well, I think almost anything, like, I think like of all the things you can joke, it's like as an adult, is anything funny?
I mean, you're right. Like pranks aren't nearly as funny, as an adult.
Yeah. When
I
you
agree.
have like real anxiety.
Real problems. Yeah, like anyone.
But also I'm just thinking like if I was a mom and one of my kids came running in and said that, that would be it. I would implode.
Yeah.
Because if you think about everything else you got going on in your life,
Totally.
trying to keep the family afloat.
Yeah.
One of the kids comes in and immediately you'd be like, he's dead.
They're dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. He's trapped
They're
under
dead,
the ice.
thank God.
Yeah, I felt really guilty about that one. Sorry, Mom.
I mean, you worked with your surroundings, though.
We did.
Your environmental surroundings.
Yeah, it was improv.
Yeah, right. Pretty good.
Thanks to BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service and it's 100% online. With BetterHelp, you can tap into a network of over 25,000 licensed and experienced therapists who can help you with a wide range of issues. To get started, you just answer a few questions about your needs and preferences in therapy. That way, they can match you with the right therapist from their network. Then you can talk to the therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it's via text, chat, phone, or video call. You can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you. If your therapist isn't the right fit for any reason, you can switch to a new therapist at no additional charge. With BetterHelp, you can get the same professionalism and quality you expect from in-office therapy, but with a therapist who is custom-picked for you, more scheduling flexibility, and at a more affordable price. You can get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/startatbirth. That's betterhelp.com/startatbirth. BetterHelp, HELP.com/startatbirth.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I also had a gymnastics Barbie. It was, okay, remember OMSI, the
of course.
Oregon Museum of Science and Industry? I don't know what it stands for those of you who aren't from Oregon. Maybe. But it was like this science museum. It's awesome in Portland, and Becky's looking it up right now. They used to have summer camps. Is it industry?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. They used to have summer camps, and it was like a week-long camp. So while your parents are, because we're out of school, but our parents had to work. So it was like a good way for us to stay occupied.
Be gone.
Yeah. So we would every summer go to these OMSI summer camps, and some of them were about robotics. Some of them were, I did a claymation, stop motion claymation one.
Stop motion was a thing but before Vine?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
I had no idea.
It was super cool. But for some reason, I think I was nervous about going. I didn't want to meet all these new kids. I had anxieties about going one year. And it was around the time of Olympics. I don't remember which year, but I loved the I
Must
think
have
I
been 1996. Carrie Strug, Bella Caroli.
Could have been.
That was the year.
Okay.
I watched that Olympics butt naked on the couch.
Okay.
I was 6. You were 8.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And I think I was doing gymnastics at the time, or I just just started or just finished. I don't know. It didn't last long.
I didn't even know you did gymnastics.
I did gymnastics for at least a year. I did it because my friend Tori did it, but then they wanted to move me up, and I only did it because I wanted to be with her, so I cried and I quit.
Oh my God,
I was
Miriam!
too good.
Oh.
But my
I didn't
mom...
give a fuck about anyone. Like, move my ass up.
I was like, I just want to be with Tori.
Oh
And they're like,
my
we
God.
can't keep her at this level anymore. Like, we
Yeah.
just can't.
Oh, you were too good.
It's too good. But I really wanted this Barbie. The Olympics, it was special edition Olympics Barbie, and all of her joints were movable. So she could
amazing.
do back bends and somersaults and all this stuff. And she was wearing the USA,
Yep.
gymnastics outfit. Yeah. Gymnastics outfit. Gymnastics costume.
Oh my God.
And my mom bribed me with that. She's like, if you go to OMSI camp, I'll get you that Barbie.
Oh, yeah.
And I got it.
A leotard was such a good bribe.
Yeah.
It
I
could get me to
believe
do
that.
anything.
Really?
Yes. If I was getting a new leotard, I would do anything.
Like cut the cord on your toy?
Something about a new leotard was just the most special thing in the world. I remember getting one in my Easter basket one year, and I was like, "This is the best!" It had
Aww.
little sparkles on it. Okay, sorry, go on.
No, that's cute. That was it. I just remember like being terrified of going to the thing, but I'm like,
For
but
the
I'll
Leo?
I'll
do it.
I'll take
I'll
it.
do it.
Yeah. It's funny what being because we're both the youngest,
Yeah.
how we just blindly follow our older siblings. Like Reza collected basketball cards, and therefore I collected basketball cards
Oh.
just because he did. And then he would be that my parents had to make a rule for us not to bet anymore in the house because Reza, being the older child,
you'd
would
win
be like,
everything?
I'll bet you whatever for your like the whatever basketball card he wanted.
Yeah.
And I would just be like, okay, little do I know, he already knows the answer. It's not a bet. He
Yeah.
just knows that I don't know it. So I was losing my best, most valuable cards to him all the time.
Oh.
And then my parents were like, no more betting.
You're losing your whole load, Miriam.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Tough lesson to learn.
Yeah. I didn't feel like I blindly followed. Well, I mean.
You just gave 2 examples of blindly following.
Never mind. It definitely did.
To a certain point.
Yeah.
You know, then you start realizing you've got a mind of your own.
Right. Which was frightening in itself.
Yeah. But you want to be accepted by the older siblings.
Well, yeah, of course.
I
I touched snot. I ate poop.
I licked a slug. It does make your tongue numb. For those of
Really?
you wondering. Yeah.
Huh, maybe I should rub a slug on my chin next time I get electrolysis. That shit fucking hurt. I was like, do you have a numbing agent?
Oh.
And she was like, illegally can't do it. But if you want to slap some on before you come in, be my guest.
I love her
like,
so much.
Perfect. Yeah, when I walked in, her and the girl before me were like dying laughing about something. She was like, I was just telling her a story about when I was a bartender and I dressed like a clown, and I was immediately like, here we go. Here we fucking go.
Yeah, she's good. We like her.
I think 2 episodes ago I was on here saying how Steve-O was yelling at me on the golf course.
Yeah.
We've come a long way.
I'm dying to hear about this 180.
This 180?
Yeah.
Well, I think maybe I just hadn't spent much time with them. I don't know, the sporadic visits or whatever. But when I went back and Kendall wasn't there, I was just by myself. With Shandy. He was snapping a lot, as per usual, but I just found myself laughing at it.
Okay.
And I guess before I thought if I laugh at his anger, he's going to get more mad. But it kind of stayed the same bubbling over height.
Yeah.
But yeah, we golfed and stuff. He yelled at me a few times, but I kind of was just like laughing. I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I don't know. I got him to go to the gym a couple days in a row, which I don't think he normally does. And,
With you, like, you lured him.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And, yeah, it was okay.
You went fishing, too.
Yeah. Well, it was really windy while I was out there, and he was like, well, when it's windy like this, we just fish. And so he loaded up the golf cart. His favorite thing to do is like when the sun's going down, because I think that's when he used to golf with his dad, is like sunset. He's like, this is the best time to come out here, Beck. Every time he says that. And he, so everyone's off the course by then. So he doesn't book anything on the course. We just go out and play a few holes at the end of the day like that. And so he puts our clubs on the cart. He puts two fishing rods on. And we go down, because there are people teeing off on the hole we always start on. So we go down to the pond. At first, I was like, here we go again. Because I haven't fished since I've been 12.
Yeah.
Have you? I don't.
No. Well, maybe like 15 or something.
Okay.
I would love to go. I really loved fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt bad for the fishies. I will say that.
I don't want to derail your story, but Reza has this vivid, he's still to this day is like, you're heartless, because I went fishing. We all went fishing. And I was like not grossed out by the worms. He was like super just like, ew, this is gross. Someone else like put the worm on the hook for me. I didn't mind. And then I caught a fish and it was like flopping around.
Just bludgeoned it?
No, so I just stepped on it to hold it. Hold it down, and Reza to this day is like scarred by the fact that I did that, and my whole family like jokes about how heartless I am with fish.
You don't care for fish?
It's not even that. It just seemed like the logical thing. We're all fishing,
right?
Let's
I know.
not pretend to care about fish.
I know. It's a very valid point, but when the fish is flopping there, I'm like,
yeah,
go back.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, I don't want to watch the life go out of anything, but I was like, I don't know how else to control this, and my foot will do a good job.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Anyway, go on. That was the last time I went fishing.
You'd be a good fishing buddy then.
Yeah.
Well, the time I went before was like in Astoria for my dad's birthday. I mean, those were fish. I don't think I caught anything. I think they did. But they're so big, they come in the boat, and he goes, boom, and he beats him on the head.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to fucking...
Yeah.
So... these are just little bass, you know?
Yeah.
So we're standing there and he's casting it and he goes, okay, so here's how you cast it. And it took me a while to get it. I was like, also my pinky's cracked off. So I could barely hold on to the fucking thing.
Right.
And I had a little trouble casting.
Yeah.
At first, because you got to hold the thing. You got to
I don't even remember
you have
how
to basically push the thing up and then hold the string, because otherwise it'll all fly out. So you hold the string and then you cast
That's
it.
right.
And I kept not holding the string tight enough, and then I wasn't casting it correctly, or no string would go out. And he started yelling. He was like, I mean, Becky, fucking A. You don't know how to cast a fucking fishing pole? The fuck? Like, it's not that fucking hard. And I was like, I shouldn't be here. You know what? I don't need to be doing this. I don't need to be yelled at. But then I finally got it. And I was like, all right, I can stomach one getting yelled at. And I finally got it. And it was like all these things finally clicked in my head. I was like, oh yeah, these are how our parents not will always be. But like, I guess now that we're older, it's like, I never felt this that much growing up. Or maybe I was so just determined about what I was going to do that I just had like blockers on. Because I feel like I'm more easy to mold now that I'm older, or I care more. I care more what they think.
Okay.
A little bit. Like, you know how people, when you're growing up, it's like your dad wants you to do exactly what he does.
Yeah.
It was like, same thing.
Yeah.
But I think growing up, I was just like, no. This is what I'm doing. You have no say, whatever. Boom. Like, I'm going to do comedy, and that's that. But like now, when it's just like, I don't know, there's a few things where he's like, I want you to excel at golf. I want you to know how to fish. I want you to do X, Y, and Z, and like be this, and kind of like look this way and act this way and stuff. And some things I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
And I know he probably doesn't, I don't know if he's that aware of it.
But you're saying you're more like susceptible to molding for him now?
Not career-wise, I guess, but like in extracurricular activities.
Okay.
I'm like, I do want to be really good at golf. I do want to be good at fishing. And so, like, I almost... It could be what?
Well, I'm wondering, you sort of debunked the point, but, like, is it that you want to be really good, or do you want to have something to bond with him over now that you're older and he's getting older, and it's just, I don't know, more of a relationship thing?
It's probably both, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you're someone who wants to be good at everything.
Right. Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Yeah.
But it could be that you're more open to like taking on the things that he's interested in, because it means
definitely.
you have that in common to talk about.
I haven't had a lot of experience being bad at things that he wants me to do. because I haven't, it's like gymnastics, snowboarding. They were all things that he's not a gymnast.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
Steve on the
little
tumble.
Yeah.
But then what also made it really stressful was that once I did finally learn to cast, he caught the first fish. And he goes, Beck, come over here, reel him in. And I was like, again, something I don't know how to do, Like
That one's pretty.
Well, there's a cadence to it. And you got to, drag him. And I'm kind of like, phew, phew. I'm
Yeah.
jerky. I was like
Yeah,
nervous. And so I lost the first 2 fish he caught. And I was like, Dad, I don't want to do it. The third fish he caught, he was like, come over. And I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. It's too stressful.
Yeah.
I can't do it. And so the second I had a fish on, I just didn't say anything because I didn't want to be like, I got one, and then lose it.
And then lose it.
So I just quietly kept catching fish and being like, I caught some. If you want to come,
You've got 20 lined up.
I did. I was like, if you want to come take a look, then you come over and be like, oh, wow, back. I was like, oh, this is how excited you get.
Aww.
And then on the way home, I was driving home and he texted me and I just fucking burst into tears, man. He texted me and was like, such a wonderful visit, Bex. I really thought I liked fishing alone, but tonight I couldn't even get myself to go out there without you.
So sweet.
Miriam, I fell apart.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn it.
Well, it's also...
Why is this happening now that we're older? Because they're older?
I think that, at least for me, that's a big part of it. I also think we care more about family.
Yeah.
When you're young, it's like, there was a time in my 20s where my brother and I have talked about it, where like, we just weren't showing up for our parents as good kids should.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed of how distant I was. And I think that's just a part
Chain
of
smoking
growing
cigarettes,
up.
Miriam.
Well, yeah, it's just like I wasn't around. Like, it would have been so easy for me to just, and I had all these excuses. Like, I'm too busy. I work this, and those were all true. But the real underlying issue is I just wasn't prioritizing my family in a way that I think my parents would have really appreciated. And in a way now, looking back, I wish I would have.
Yeah.
But I guess now it's like I have a better appreciation for family. And I think you're right. You get to this point where you're like, I love the shit I used to hate about you. Like the yelling or whatever. It's just like, it's funny now. It's just who you are. It's part of, like, that's what makes this special. And if I can, like, learn to love those quirks, then that's beautiful. Like, that's what family is. Like, none of us should have the expectation that the other one is perfect. But it's like, dude, we've known each other longer than anyone ever.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No one can compete with that type of relationship.
Yeah.
Kind of like how we were talking about, like, siblings make you laugh harder than anyone else in your life, regardless of how funny they are. It's just there's something special about family.
Yeah.
If you're fortunate enough to have a family that is not estranged and all of that stuff, like, I know I'm lucky that my parents are still together. My family's close.
Yeah.
Not everyone's lucky enough to have that. But I think when you do, it's, like, hard to take it for granted the older you get.
Yeah. You know what else it probably is? I just realized is, like, I mean, when was the last time you got yelled at? Like,
when my parents were in town.
Like, I haven't been, like, yelled at by anyone.
Oh, yeah.
And
you're right. That dynamic doesn't exist.
And you're like, what the fuck? And you're also more aware of, now that, like, having been in therapy for a long time, like, you're aware of how certain things shaped you as a kid. And, it's just like, I think we're all a lot more open about that stuff. And, like, aware of, like, oh, yeah, this kind of fucked with my head a lot back then. And now I see how it still doesn't look down.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm so glad you guys had that time together. It feels like a nice way to tie the last weekend. I don't know, bring it to a better place of closure, I guess.
I either leave after seeing my parents and they're worried, or they're, like, really happy.
Yeah.
I guess, like, our relationship as well. I just like to keep everyone in my life on their toes.
Yeah. That's why we love you.
Okay.
No, that's really sweet. Let's go fishing.
I would love to.
I'm so down.
I mean, we live at the beach.
Yeah.
I mean, I live at the beach.
And I can drive an hour and
you
get
can
there.
hop on over. I was thinking about, like, just go out on the paddleboard and do some lobstering.
Yeah. Crabbing.
Mm-hmm.
We saw some dolphins yesterday.
Isn't that nice?
So cute. They're jumping out of the water.
It's so fun when that happens. You're like, wow, I should come out here more often.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
I had, for the first time ever in North Carolina, I have so much respect for this man that I saw. Because I think we've probably both been there. Well, I know I have. I told you about the time I passed out after shitting on a long flight.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The flight to North Carolina was like 5 hours from LA. And this guy, we just touched down on the runway. Mm-hmm. And that's when they're like, the flight attendants are pretty anal. Like, stay in your seat and keep your fucking seatbelt on. And right when the wheels touched, like, we're still slowing down, this guy sprints holding his ass to the first class bathroom. And he goes, and she goes, sir, you need to sit down. He goes, I can't hold it no more, man. Fucking A. He just runs and he just had to go. And I was like, dude, it's nice to like see that happen in real life. Because I was like, good to know. Next time, I'll make a run for it.
And it's so much better to stand up and break the rule than shit your pants on a plane.
Absolutely.
I can relate to that. I had a flight from India to Thailand.
Real doozy. Oh.
And I was in India for a few days, and I was like, man, I'm not going to get sick. Sure, I had bed bugs, but, like, I'm not going to get sick. Like, my stomach felt fine. And then we get on this flight.
Did you have a lot of chicken tikka masala?
I don't even know what we ate, but there were just, there's, like, flies on your food as you're eating it. Like, it's just, the environment is, like,
probably your bed bugs falling out onto your garlic naan.
Yeah, we were staying in like hostel. We weren't staying in like a nice hotel or anything. But yeah, dude, on that flight I was with my friends, Lauren and Justin. Lauren is the girl who I scuba dived with, who kept trying to was failing at saving me. So we're on the flight. I'm sitting next to Justin. Lauren's across the aisle, and we were taking off. Oof. And as soon as we're moving, I tighten up and I look at Justin and I'm like, I'm gonna shit my pants.
Oh my God.
And he was like, what? And I'm like, dude. And he's like, we just we're moving. And I'm like, I know. And the plane is ascending and the seatbelt signs are on and I'm like hand on the buckle and he's like, you should just go. And I'm like, I can wait. Like I can because I didn't want to get called. I don't want to get yelled at I didn't want more attention to be drawn to me.
Of course. Especially with a soupy butt full of shit.
That great visual.
Diaper butt.
As soon as it went bing, I just unbuckled that, sprinted to the front, and I got in the toilet, pulled my pants down, just water out of my asshole. It was the worst sick butt I've ever had. And then immediately they turn the seatbelt sign back on and there's crazy turbulence.
Oh, no.
So I'm just in the bathroom shaking around.
Ricocheting off every witch wall.
And then I come out and I'm eyes wide and Justin's like, are you okay?
You're just covered in shit.
No, luckily, it all made it to the toilet. But that was, and then we had a layover. So it was this emergency situation for the next 2 flights. And then the first day in Bangkok, we couldn't go anywhere more than a 2-block radius from the hostel because I was like, I have no idea what's going to happen.
Isn't that insane?
It's insane. And then it was a ripple effect. So then Justin gets sick, then Lauren gets sick, and we're all so our whole time in Thailand, at least, well, I guess it was mostly just the time in Bangkok. We were just, we were so sick, dude. It was wild.
Damn.
But that was that was my airplane, the most emergency situation on an airplane I've ever had.
Yeah.
It was terrifying.
Yeah, it's scary. When you're how do I no longer have control of my ass?
The way Justin described it after he got sick in the perfect way. He was like, it's as if you're trying to hold water in your hand, in your cupped hands. It's gonna come out.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how hard you clench.
Yeah, it'll spill over somewhere.
Yeah, there's no way. There's too many cracks.
You know what I can't stand is when you think you're near death and you run into the bathroom and you let it out and you just implode And it's just
explode, I think.
You explode and it's like one thing and then the rest is just air.
Come again?
And you're like, that's it?
I'm not sure I know exactly what you're describing. Fart? Are you saying air is a big fart?
What else would it be?
I don't know. Nothingness? A void, a vacuum?
There's a few things you know nothing about. Drinking too much and ample gas.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I farted the whole way home from North Carolina. And I was sleeping the whole flight, but I'd wake up just enough to fart.
Wow. Good thing they've got the charcoal in the seats.
I know. I'm pretty sure they were scentless.
That's good. That's how you want to be farting.
I'm hyper aware of the scent.
Okay, so tell me more about North Carolina. I saw a zebra on your stories.
Did you see it?
Yeah. What was that real?
Yeah, it was a real zebra.
How?
Okay.
How does that exist
Do you actually
in
care?
not a zoo? Yes, of course. Why would I be asking if I didn't care?
So, I go to North Carolina. Okay, and this is not a headlining weekend. This is Entitled gets invited to a private country club.
Yep.
To do a performance, which I do a lot of, guys. Okay, so if you're curious, you can email my team. All right. Now we love these. It's always different. Sometimes I roast people off the back of a golf cart. Sometimes I do like an hour of stand up as Entitled.
Yep.
Whatever. So I go out there, and the guy brings us over to the show, and the woman who booked it was just so funny. I mean, when you do a country club versus a comedy club, like, it's like you eat a buffalo chicken strip and you're like, this'll do, I guess. But you go to a country club, they're like, do you want the filet mignon or the catch of the day? Okay. And it's just so plush, so we get there, and this woman, Mary, who booked it, comes in and she's just lit off her ass in head to toe Chanel. Just so funny. She comes in with a tray of, she's like, I'm doing fruit punch shots. Who wants some? And she's like, I've already had 7. And she's handing them out to everyone in the audience. She comes in the green room just to meet before the performance. And so she was sitting in the front row with these really 2 handsome men. Okay. And so a lot of times it's in a country club, you can kind of see everyone. It's not dark like a comedy club, but the way they had it set up, the whole clubhouse looked like Harry Potter.
Oh.
The dining hall. It was I was like,
were there candles everywhere?
Yeah, giant chandeliers with candles. It was North Carolina, old money. Okay. So
they got that candle money.
They got that candle money, son. They got that diptyque motherfucking candle money. So I'm performing. They had the lights done in such a way where I could really only see the front row. So I was like, okay. And Entitled, I like to do a lot of crowd work as here, really get the husbands going on behalf of the girls.
Of course.
So I did some crowd work, and it was fun. It was fun. I was almost to the end of the show, and I started doing crowd work to the guys in the front. And Mary, the girl who had booked it, was like, don't say anything to them. Don't say anything to them. Don't fuck with them. As I was kind of doing it. So I kind of just backed off, finished the show, whatever. It was really fun. And then after, everyone's they're all in a dance party and stuff. And she comes back and she's like, I just wanted to say, don't say anything to those 2 guys because those are my gays and they're my best friends. And and they just they feel really uncomfortable here. So they don't want anyone to know that either they're here or that they're gay.
Gotcha.
And I was like, oh, God damn it.
Because you did say something to them?
No, I just I hate that for them.
Oh, yeah. That sucks.
And so we're back there and we're all dancing and stuff and having a good time. And she's like, yeah, they have a... Then she starts saying, I want you to marry my daughter. She goes from that to also, I would love for you to marry... My daughter's gay, by the way. Oh, yeah. She goes, they're gay. I didn't want you to say anything. My daughter's gay, by the way. She's 26. I would love for you to... She's a total horse girl. And I was like, I'm a horse girl. And she was like, shut the fuck up. We got to go over. So next thing I know, she's like, come on. I'm going to get the gays. We're going to get in the Defender. Get in the Defender. Get Kendall. And she starts going, Kendall, get in a Defender. I'm like, what? First of all, the fuck is a Defender? It's a type of Range Rover or Land Rover. Did you know that?
I've heard it, yeah.
I did not. She just kept going, get in a Defender. Kendall, get in a Defender.
Oh my gosh.
And Kendall's like, Bex, I don't know if we should do this. It's getting late. And she's like, it's 2 minutes from here. This is way the fuck out of the country. We're driving down these windy roads. And we get out there and these two men were both vets. They both like lived elsewhere, and then they bought this like huge ranch out in the country, and they have mini horses or mini donkeys. I don't know. They just kept calling them minis.
Okay.
And they were like, and this over here is our zebra. And I was like, how the fuck do you get a zebra? And he goes, you just buy one.
Oh my God.
Like, you literally just buy one. I was like, oh, okay.
Do they, like, what do you do with a zebra? Do you ride it?
You know, I don't know. I don't think so.
You just have it?
I don't know. I think they let them run around and shit. They have a bunch of animals. They have a lot of land. I think they just frolic and take care of them because they're vets.
Okay.
Why was I telling you this, though? Oh, she goes, so then she started talking about her daughter again, and because she wanted to kind of have a conversation about what it was like to have a daughter who came out as gay.
Uh-huh.
And she just kind of basically wanted to drive home the point that it was really tough for her.
Okay.
But by this time, our driver was like, I gotta get going. So it kind of had to be nipped in the bud. But she wanted to say it to then lead up to, like, basically, I would like you to marry my daughter.
Wow.
And I want to let you know right now, it comes with an 8-figure dowry.
Oh my God.
First off, of course, we're in North Carolina, and I hear the word dowry. Yeah. I'm like Googling, what the fuck is a dowry?
I'm very familiar. In my homeland, it's like sheep.
Yeah, an
Sheep
alpaca.
and gold.
An alpaca farm would be a good dowry. She's like, I'll give you an 8-figure dowry. Just think about it. Just think about it.
Oh my God.
And her daughter, we have some questions lined up, ready to go. But her daughter she sent me her number in one of the questions.
Hilarious.
Oh, sweet cheeks.
She's taken.
I'm taken. I'm so sorry.
It's hard to turn down an 8-figure dowry, but
Yeah.
that's how strong the love is.
That's how strong the love is right now. But, we'll keep you posted. Okay, should we go to questions?
I was just going to say, should we use that as a...
Have you ever seen a zebra in real life?
I've only at the zoo.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I kept going. It was a nice little zebra, though.
Yeah.
Just, when I was a kid, I said, first I'm going to be an actor, I'm a comedian and an actor, and then when I'm old, like 30, I'm going to have a ranch and a couple horses.
And be a hairdresser.
And be a hair cutter.
Hair cutter, that's right.
hair cutter.
A hair cutter.
It's time for haircuts and horses.
Let's make it happen.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds like you got an offer right there.
Well, Miriam,
I know. It's a delicate situation.
I'm in a committed relationship. We're not open.
Right.
Maybe Aaron could be in on it. I don't know. Maybe all three of us. A throuple could ensue. Mm-hmm. I don't know, guys. More on this later. But we do have some questions. Some actually kind of... Have you been reading any books lately?
No, not at all.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Say really. I hadn't for months, and I just read one that I really, really liked.
On the trip?
The whole flight to North Carolina.
What was it?
Carrie Soto is back, by the author that many people are reading right now because she's developing everything in TV shows. Daisy Jones and the Six. Taylor Jenkins Reid. She also wrote Malibu Rising.
Never heard of it. Well, I did hear of the Six one.
Yeah.
Got some girlfriends watching that. They said they really like it.
Obsessed. Finished it. Loved it.
Okay.
Sinbad just watched it and she goes, Bex. Because it's a band on tour and like drugs and drinking. And she's like, Bex, are you happy? Because I watched the show and I'm just wondering, are you even happy?
Oh.
I mean, because I see them and, they're drugs and they're drinking and I just have to ask. Oh, Mom. Oh. It's like some movie or some show. She just assumes that like everyone's doing cocaine off dicks.
Well.
No well, Miriam. There is no well to that. Mr. Mulligafari, there is none of that happening. Maybe in college.
Yeah, it was a different time then.
Maybe if anything off of a butt cheek.
Right. Right.
But no, her new book is called Carrie Soto is Back.
Okay.
And it kind of ties in some of the characters from Malibu Rising. And it's about this tennis star who holds the most records for Grand Slams. And then this woman, Nikki Chan, comes in and beats her. And so she decides to come out of retirement and see if she can win back her title.
Wow.
And I feel like it's a lot of, like, the dad is her coach, and it's like that relationship. I don't know. It was kind of eye-opening to actually be reading that.
Yeah.
This is what we've been talking about quite a bit.
Yeah.
With, like, dads and their expectations and hopes for their kiddos. It's really good. It was very touching.
I just recently watched a docuseries on tennis. So tennis is top of mind.
Which one?
Breakpoint? I think that's what it's called. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's just, I didn't know, I don't know, and I played tennis as a kid, but like, I don't know, I haven't followed it. I didn't realize all the big names and how many Grand Slams there are a year and like all this stuff. So
they're always on tour.
Yeah, always.
But like,
and the pressure.
Paris.
Actually, I had this in Paris. I had this in the notes for one of our episodes a few weeks back because.
Oh yeah, wasn't it something about tennis?
Yes, because one of the people, I forgot who it was now at this point, but someone was in the docuseries being interviewed and they were saying how lonely it is to be a tennis star and the amount of pressure. Like, and you even watch the game and like their coaches aren't even allowed to sit next to them.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like
it's a lot of mind games.
Yeah, once you're there, you're alone. And if you can't get your mental in the right spot or like you let, you know, the negativity take hold if you have like one bad shot or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just, it seems so intense.
Yeah.
Whereas like I've always been a team sport person. And there's so much more camaraderie in that. I think that's way easier than having to do.
Yeah, you go through the highs and lows together.
Yeah.
Slap each other on the ass.
Exactly.
This book talks so much about the mind games of it all and also how much they have to read their opponent. And like look at their feet and look at the way they're facing and like try to guess which way and what type of ball they're gonna hit.
Yeah,
totally nuts, man. And then like psyching the other player out and like fucking with them. A lot of head games.
And yeah, so technical and
so
emotional
technical
at the same time. It's
yeah,
crazy.
Very emotional.
Yeah,
as we see when they go down and they throw the racket in the.
When they're frustrated.
Yeah. Or they lose. I love it when the racket gets thrown.
It's a penalty. Broken racket is.
Does it have to break though?
I don't know. I think so.
Okay.
Anyway, let's do some questions.
Okay. Well, one of the questions was, have you read any good books lately?
Oh, all right. Check.
This one's really hard hitting. Pretzels or nachos?
Soft pretzels or crunchy pretzels?
Whatever you want, Miriam.
I'll take a soft pretzel. Ooh. I'll do, okay, homemade nachos, take the cake no matter what. But if we're talking nachos with just some queso slathered on it like they do in the movie theater, bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
Like I'm never going for that.
Well, you only eat the top layer and then you're like,
yeah.
Where's the rest of the stuff toppings on the rest of the layers?
Totally. But I'll fuck with a soft pretzel. A little mustard on that.
Yeah.
Yum.
How do you deal with difficult people in your life?
Start a podcast with them.
Good call.
I think I try to address it head on. I think I try to talk to them directly first. And if that doesn't work, then
you call me.
Yeah. No, then I think you have to at some point come to terms with like, I can only control my own behavior and how I react to this person. And if I'm letting it get to me too much where it's like making my life shitty, then I need to check myself.
Yeah.
Because if you can't get through to someone with a conversation, that's as much as you can do, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, then I think you just have to adjust, like kind of like how you did with your dad, where it's like, oh, light bulb. If I just start not taking it as personally and see the humor in it, all of a sudden it feels better to be around the same. Like he didn't change; it's the same energy.
No.
You just changed your.
Here I am over
take.
here learning how to fish.
How do you deal with difficult people?
I would say the same. Actually, I felt bad when I first read this question because I was like, how do you deal with difficult people in your life? Like, cut them out of my life. That was my first thought. But I would say I really make an effort to try and think exactly where they're coming from. Even though I know it can never be 100% in someone's head.
Yeah.
But I would try to think like, okay, what are they dealing with right now that could possibly be the fuel for what's coming my way?
Yeah.
You know?
Totally. Empathy is a huge part of it.
Total. And I'm a very empathetic person.
But I also think you have to be like that can help to a certain extent.
Yeah, I would say the second half would be doing what you said.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, this goes back to the whole, like, what's more important, the intent behind an action or the impact that the action has?
Mm-hmm.
And at a certain point, it's like, I can keep saying, like, I didn't mean it that way. I didn't mean it that way. But if the impact on the people in my life is I'm making them feel bad,
Yeah.
then the impact is all that really matters at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So it only, like, I try and give people that grace of, like, oh, they didn't mean it. But if it's like a continuous thing, it's like, at this point, I don't give a fuck if you mean it or not. You're hurting me. Therefore, I'm cutting you out of my life. Like, I think it's all, like, it's a spectrum until you get to that extreme.
Yeah. I've been trying to be more aware of gaslighting. Because I had a situation recently where someone is close to me, anytime I would try to have a conversation with them about these things, they would basically make something up to say, like, you're reading me wrong. You're making this into a thing that it's not. And I finally, because this is like the 8th time it's happened, I've just been like, no.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not making anything up. I'm telling you what you're saying makes me feel XYZ. That's at face value. That is the way it is. I'm not making up some creature character thing in my head that did this. Like, you said this to me and it made me feel XYZ.
Yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Right?
You're right. Absolutely.
Like, that's like, it took me a minute to be like, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Like, that ain't fair.
Dude, gaslighting is a bitch. It makes you question.
And I know I turned everything into a little character like Chauncey and Samantha, but I was like, maybe it's because it was, oh no. Oh yeah, maybe it was because I did that therapy session the week before that I was like, this is not that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know what that is. Okay?
Yeah.
I see my racks of wigs. This is not that.
Good for you.
Thanks, Miriam.
That's huge.
I have trouble talking, you know that.
I know, but I don't
It's
know.
hard enough sometimes to just say how you're feeling. Like, to build up the balls to be like, this is how I'm feeling about this.
For sure.
And then for someone to do that, it's like,
Yeah. It's hard enough to even articulate how you're even make sense of it in your own head. And then when you finally do and you finally get up the balls to actually confront it, to be met with gaslighting or like for someone to tell you like, no, that's not what it is. Yeah. That's not okay.
Yeah.
People need to stop gaslighting.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Burgerville or In-N-Out?
In-N-Out. In-N-Out.
In-N-Out. I mean, I know mine 100% Burgerville. Are you an In-N-Out girl?
I
guess if I was trying to be healthy, I'd say In-N-Out.
I just had this conversation. Was it with you? Where I was like, In-N-Out is the healthiest burger.
Maybe.
It just, because it's drier, I think, than other burgers.
Well, it's not, they don't spray like hamburger smelling perfume on it.
Who does that?
I think everyone.
Ooh.
I could be so wrong.
Just beef perfume.
That's what I wear every day.
Let's hit the clubs.
Spray a little spray a little burger scent between my butt cheeks. Hit the motherfucking town. I'm just immediately thinking about the chicken in my butt.
Oh, God. Ugh.
I'm sweating.
Yeah. That one got me hot, too. Yeah, I think I like In-N-Out better.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I'm feeling jiggly, Boyville. But Burgerville will send me because you got to go milkshake, dambaja, fries.
What was the second thing you said?
Hamburger. Dambaja. It's just another way to say hamburger. Dambaja.
Oh my God.
What?
It doesn't matter how many times you say it, I don't understand.
Dambaja. Or like for sandwich, bangage.
Okay.
You know I have my own lingo.
You guys, will you write in and just make me feel less crazy? Would you have understood that? Dambaja. If someone says
Dambaja. I think it's how they used to say it in like, I've heard it somewhere.
Okay.
I think that's how the French say it. Dambaja.
I'm not sure.
Either way though, Miriam, everyone they're going to come pouring out the love for you because you're the number one on this, Kate.
No, I'm not.
You're the one everyone sees eye to eye with.
No, not true.
You're right, because they can't see your eyeballs because your bangs are in the way.
Yeah, exactly. My luscious bangs.
Who is a person you would like to meet? Is that the question? Yeah.
Anyone?
Anyone, Miriam. Besides me, of course.
You go first. I've got one.
Okay.
Beyonce.
Really?
Yeah. I just want to know what she's like.
Yeah.
Like, is she as much of a saint as she seems?
A saint?
Yeah.
A saint?
Doesn't she just seem like the nicest person?
No.
Oh.
You don't get to where she's at by being nice. She's fucking Slaysville all day, every day. Nice?
I thought she seemed nice.
Man, when you're at the top of your game in any field, I don't know if nice would be the first word you would use to describe them.
Okay.
Not that they have to be the complete opposite, but in the words of Drake, nice for what?
Do you want to meet Drake?
I would love to meet Mike Myers,
Yeah.
dressed as Fat Bastard.
That's a good one. I'm not even going to try and do it.
Get in my belly!
Yeah.
Okay, we've got a listener story that has just entered the circle of trust.
Also, before we read it, you guys, we love reading these. Please keep emailing us.
Please send more because they make us feel better, and I know they make other listeners feel better because
Yeah.
we've all done some embarrassing ass shit.
Super embarrassing shit.
We've all had some explosives. We've all done things that were like, oh shit, whoops, that you immediately. Sometimes I've done things. You know when you have to call, like, it's not enough to just call one friend.
Oh, yeah.
You got to call like 8 friends.
Oh, yeah.
And
You
by
go
the time you've
down.
explained it like the 8th time, you're like, okay, I
I'm
don't care
better
much-
now.
that much anymore.
Totally. Yes. I think, too, like, even if you're just, like, bottling up a secret and you don't want to. Tell us your secrets. It might be a nice outlet for you.
Yeah.
Don't let that shit hold you down. Don't feel ashamed. Let it out. Let us all laugh together.
Yeah, don't let the weight of the secret hold you down.
Yeah. Anyway.
You write in
proceed.
everything, and this is a safe space. Names or anything will never be released. Don't worry.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. This one comes from, no, I say the full name. Okay. Loved Becky's story about hiking, swimming, shitting from back in the day. Here's my embarrassing story from many years past. I was in college and loosely dating a guy, 3 years younger, high school, who still lived at home with mom. We were next door at his buddy's house, parents out of town, so we took advantage and were having sex in the guest bedroom. Suddenly his friend calls out, "Hey Brian, your mom is here!" So he got out of bed and pulled jeans on to go talk to her. I waited in the bedroom. Then I heard her say, "Obviously something is going on. Whose jeans are you wearing?" I'm a little bigger than Brian, so it must have been obvious when he came out of the dark bedroom wearing stone-washed jeans that were 2 sizes too big. She was not a big fan of me after that day. Anyway, keep up the great work. I look forward to new episodes every Monday.
I just love the visual of him like scrambling for anything, like in that panic, and just grabbing women's jeans.
Yeah.
Like comes out in like skinnies.
That is so funny, though. That's such a... Like, men's jeans are so much tinier nowadays than women's, I feel, or a lot of them can be.
Yeah.
There's a lot of men that I look out in the audience and I'm like, I couldn't put your pants on.
No.
Tiny little legs.
Actually, I was with Big Ange yesterday, and she's like getting rid of a bunch of clothes, and I was like, "You got anything I could work with?" And I'm bigger than Angela.
Well, her frame is that of
A toothpick.
a young child.
Yeah, she's tiny.
Tiny.
And she was like, "Actually, there might be a pair of pants," and I was like, "They better be way too big for you because there's otherwise." I was thinking like shirts or
your boyfriend's dad's jeans.
And she pulls them out, and they're like a wide leg, super baggy, and I cannot even get them over my ass. I was like, "Angela?" She's like, "Yeah, maybe those aren't gonna work for you." I'm like, no, they're not.
It's tough when you can't even like get them over to the start of the thigh.
Yeah.
And you're like, God damn it.
That was my fear. I at least got them. I just couldn't get them zipped, but it was a like.
Got them up though.
Like I was sucking in as much as I could to zip it, but yeah, I did get them up.
In high school, we used to like climb on top of each other to button each other's pants. Like that's how tight of jeans we would wear. I remember Courtney would be like straddling me, trying to.
Oh my God.
The things we used to do to stuff our asses into shit.
I do remember the jump, the hop.
You
just jumping to get those
tore off
pants
many
on.
a belt buckle.
Yep. And
that
then the laying down. Just lay down on your bed and just suck in as much as you can.
I can't
And the
even
low
imagine
rise.
doing that nowadays.
Yeah.
You know?
I really hate that low rise is coming back too.
I can't stand the feel of the Dodger dog on my lower stomach
Same.
hanging over anything.
Same.
It's just no way to live,
No.
you know?
I need that kept tight.
I need that kept tight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry the mother didn't like you anymore, but you know what? It's probably for the best.
Probably for the best. Doesn't sound like it lasted,
Yeah.
but it makes for a great story.
Yeah. I have a story actually I could tell next week that's very fucked up.
Okay.
About another mom really not liking me for something that was like, it was really bad. I mean, it was an accident, but it was like, yikes.
Okay.
Never going to step foot in this house again.
Until next time. Stay tuned.
Yes.
All right, guys, send us your emails, startatbirthpod@gmail.com. You can follow us at startatbirth, at Becky Robinson4, at Entitled Housewife, at Miriam Grace. And you can get all of Becky's dates on entitledhousewife.com or BeckyRobinsonTheGreat.com.
Very good, Miriam.
Thank you
As
so
always, dun 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 dun. I've been Becky Robinson.
And I still am Miriam Olagafari.